Reed Sheppard has looked well worth the number 3 overall pick. You never overreact to Summer League because it doesn't always translate to the NBA. Do not be surprised if Reed Sheppard ends up being a top-tier NBA talent. If you look at his college numbers, you see he had some decent box score production, averaging a cool 12.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. It is hard to evaluate his game from the college's perspective. He was surrounded by guys like Rob Dillingham, who are dynamic scorers on the ball. And he was also playing with a decent college veteran in Antonio Reeves. As you see in this graph, he was 3rd in minutes per game, and had the highest true shooting percentage, but was 4th in attempts per game. As we see now in the Summer League, he is allowed to play more on the ball. He can play very well on the ball as well. With him being such an effective catch-and-shoot threat in college, he was more utilized in that role as there were also many ball handlers. He's an elite catch-and-shoot threat. In college, he averaged 1.5 points per catch-and-shoot shot attempt, being in the 100th percentile in college basketball. Just with that 3-point shooting prowess and his defensive tenacity, it can ensure him a long NBA career. The thing is, he isn't just a threat right at the 3-point line. Reed Sheppard is comfortable shooting from whatever distance you'll give him. If the defense surrenders a bunch of space in front of him, he will still calmly shoot the 3. Many of his 3-pointers weren't wide-open corner shots, but they were shot from 2, 3, or even 4 feet behind the line. This is also incredibly dangerous when combined with his quick release. You already can't give him much space because of his incredible efficiency and ability to shoot from anywhere. But when you look at his form, you can see just how quick and smooth his jump shot is. This means, can't give him any space on and off the dribble, or his lightning-quick release will allow him to shoot right over you. But when we look at the Summer League, the buzz isn't coming from what he's doing off the ball, but what he's doing on it. Let's not act like he wasn't good on the ball at Kentucky. Even though this is the last known part of his game, he had flashes of dominance. Now that we've seen it both at Kentucky and flashes, and in the NBA Summer League, it looks like the Rockets are going to tap into some of these abilities. He had 80 possessions in college off the pick and roll. Reed Sheppard is scary in the pick and roll first because of his shooting. Reed will casually shoot over you if you don't give him the space he deserves. Not only this, his good ball handling allows him to create advantages for himself and the other players on the court. I like how he's been using the pick and roll to create driving lanes for him. Here Carrington switches, then George tries to deny the left-hand drive, but Reed goes to the open space, passes the nail help, and finishes over Alex Sarr. He did an excellent job exploring mismatches as well. Here he allows his romance, sets a good screen, and as Sarr comes up, he reads that Alex overcommitted to the initial point of attack. So he gets him slightly off balance and shoots a casual mid-range jumper over him, something you'll see quite a bit from him. You see him go to the mid-range on this play as he curls off this double screen. He then flashes some excellent tough shot-making ability by hitting this fadeaway jumper in very tight coverage. He shot 52.8% on jumpers inside the arc in college, another extremely high percentage. This is something that could be extremely scary on the offensive side of the ball. His already exceptional ability to hit threes and a high clip forces the defender to close out him hard, also known as gravity. This allows him to use his fluid ball handling to pass the player in front of him who is already in a bad position and shoot a high percentage, open mid-range jumper. As we saw with players like Steph, who didn't seem like true point guard when they first came out of college, Reed Sheppard will be able to transition to the point guard role. A lot of Reed Sheppard's playmaking ability in college was indeed shown off by simply making good reads. Making the extra pass and making good passes, in general, was just about all we saw from this department. Now that he's running the point, his very functional ball handling will be a major assist to his game. On this strong pick and roll, he uses the screen to draw the corner man's defender. He displays his excellent ball handling and control when he dribbles middle, putting the helping defender in a bad spot with no eyes on Whitmore, allowing him to lob it up for an easy dunk. Here they have a numbers advantage, so he attacks immediately off the catch, putting Carrington in a very poor position. Sheppard stays committed to the drive, forcing Carrington to jump in the air and an easy dump off to the big. Reed has a special ability to always make the correct decision. His calmness while the ball in his hands not only can make him unpredictable, but allows him to make good reads every time the ball's in his hand. Even though we may not know what role Reed is going to play for the Rockets this season, one thing is for certain. Reed Sheppard is a lot better than we thought he would be.